What's up? What's happening? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, what's happening with it? You know, when you come in the building, punch on that like button and let me know you in the building. John Kramer off in the building. What's happening with it? Smooth Groove Boxing. What's good with it, family? Lil Flex Lewis. What's happening with it? True Fact. What's good with it? Cortez Bowles. What's happening with it? Fix these lights, man. This damn screen messing up. Here we go. Yes, sir. Like I said, when you come in the building, smash on that like button. Big Money, Texas, Toledo. What's happening with it? Shit. Yes, sir. We gonna cook today as always. Y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Chris Mitchell, what's happening with it, fam? Salute. The woke sports fan, what's happening with it? He says Jermall really letting us down. Man, we gonna talk about it today, man. We gonna get into it and we gonna talk about what's really going on. You know, what is really going on in the sport with some of these fighters. You know, making up excuses not to fight certain fighters, all of that shit. We gonna really get into it. We gonna really get into it today. And you know, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. I want to hear from y'all, and I want to know what y'all think about, you know, the certain situations that we're gonna get into today. Now, before we really get to start cooking, this weekend it ain't too much going on. I think we got Carlos Takam to come. I think he fighting Joe Joyce this weekend. Um, I wouldn't put my money on neither one of them dudes if I had to bet, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna pick Joe Joyce in this fight this weekend. You know, I'm gonna pick Joe Joyce in this fight this weekend. Who y'all going with the fight this weekend? That's the only fight I know about this weekend, to tell you the truth. Who y'all going with this weekend? You picking Carlos Takam or Joe Joyce? Takam. Savage Ramirez, what's happening with it? Yeah, man. Smooth groove, man. We gonna get it. We gonna get on Jermall. We gonna get into it, man. And y'all hit the like button. Let me see what the likes is looking like while we starting to come in the building. Let me see. Yeah, y'all got to get them likes up before we even start cooking. Y'all need to get the likes up. This shit ridiculous. Hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing to smash on the like button. What's happening with it? You already know. There you go, talking that boxing again. Y'all get the likes up. That's it. That's all I ask for is get the likes up. Because we gonna cook. You know what I'm saying? We gonna cook. All y'all got to do is get the likes up. So, yeah, so this weekend, let me hear before we start cooking, let me hear who y'all got in the fight this weekend versus Carlos Takam and Joe Joyce. Because to me, this is an important fight for Joe Joyce because Joe Joyce can actually put himself right into title contention with a win this weekend. He can put himself right into title contention with a big win this weekend, even though everybody that ran through Carlos Takam like a used, you know, he used up. Carlos Takam, he used up, but he an all right fighter. You know, he's a solid fighter. He gave Anthony Joshua a good fight. Who else he fought? Let me pull up his resume. You know, he all right, little rugged dude. Carlos Takam is 40 years old. Motherfucker, my age and shit. Damn, he 40 years old, and they still throwing him in there with dudes. Let me see who he fought. Besides who we know. Well, he got beat by Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora knocked him out in 2018. Yeah, Anthony Joshua knocked him out before that. Joseph Parker beat him already. Alexander Povetkin knocked him out. This dude done been ran through like a used whore. Like everybody done ran through Carlos Takam. So I guess it's Joe Joyce's time to get him up out of there. So I'm expecting Joe Joyce to knock out Carlos Takam this weekend. Gabriel Morales says, to be honest, I don't know who those names are. Hey, man, exactly. That's why I said it ain't really nothing going on this weekend but that. But Joe Joyce, you know, I got to give him his props because he beat Daniel Dubois. These are UK fighters. He beat he beat Daniel Dubois. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he pretty much he'll warm up fight. He gonna give you a little action while the fight lasts. But I'm looking for, you know, now that I see all the guys that they knocked out Joe Joyce, hey man, I mean not Joe Joyce, Carlos Takam. Joe Joyce got to go in there and get him up out of there. Joe Joyce got to go in there and get him up out of there for sure. But I'm picking Joe Joyce. What else we got going on? That's it. I saw that they had the press conference between John. Hold on. What's happening with it? Big money.
What's going down, bro? What's going down, fam?
Oh man, just starting to cook, man. Trying to get them likes up before we start cooking.
Yes, you know? Sir. Shouts out to the chat. Y'all smash that like button, fam.
Yeah, so I was just talking about the Joe Joyce and Carlos Takam. Man, I didn't know that Carlos Takam had got knocked out by Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua. I knew that one. Joseph Parker beat him, and then Alexander Povetkin knocked him out back in 2014. So I mean, man, he been used up. He been used and thrown around. I got Joe Joyce this weekend. Who you got?
I got Joe Joyce as well. I like Carlos Takam. He durable though. He durable. It ain't like
a little rugged.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he durable, but you know, like I say, I used to always bet against Joe Joyce, bro. Like I really wasn't big on Joe Joyce or nothing like that, especially in the Dominique Brazil fight. I was looking at him like this, that, then when he fought Bermain Stavern, I think it was the Bermain Stavern fight, if I'm not mistaken, where I felt like we should have got Bermain Stavern out of the earlier things of that nature because I thought he had a dead man on the ropes, you know. But when he came back in the Dane Dubois fight, because I bet against Joe Joyce in every fight, bro. I really didn't give him a chance. The Dane Dubois fight, you know, he made me a believer. Yeah, I said I got to get this man that's just doing his credit. He showed that he can take a punch, right? And as slow as he is and as wide as he is, you know, he's a fighter, and I can respect that. But I think he's a better fighter than Carlos Takam. I think he's stronger, and I think he'll stop him. I think he stopped Carlos Takam. I like Takam, but I think he stopped him.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm picking Joe Joyce to stop Carlos Takam. Like I said, he been stopped by everybody already. So Joe Joyce, you know, it's only right for him to go in there and get his chance and go ahead and do what he got to do. Now, they did have the press conference money today. I didn't see it, but I saw it was on with Joel Casamayor and in Rigondeaux. That fight is going on. It's going to happen. When is that fight happening? Next month sometime. And it was supposed to be Rigondeaux. Then something happened where they switched Rigondeaux with Nonito Donaire, and then that whole big issue with Donaire was like, man, I'm not fighting this dude. This dude don't want to take a drug test when he's supposed to. Like he didn't want to go by the whatever they had in the contract, and he didn't want to submit to the drug test like he was supposed to. So Rigondeaux, Nonito Donaire pulled out of the fight. He said, "Fuck that! I'm not fighting this dude because I think that he's dirty." Along with a lot of other shit that's going on behind the scenes. So then they go and get Rigondeaux and they pull him back into the fight. I have no idea why they pulled Rigondeaux out of the fight in the first place, but now we got a fight finally. We got Joel Casamiro versus Rigondeaux. Now, with the situation, I don't want to say that Joel Casamiro is on Roy. John, my bad. John Casamiro, my bad. I don't know why.
John Casamiro.
Casamiro, however you say his name, John Casamiro, right? I don't know what was going on with that situation, why he didn't want to submit to the test when, earlier than what he did or whatever. And, Nonito Donaire he was saying that he was on something, right? So a lot of times where there's smoke, there is fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I say that to say this. Rigondeaux better have his little ass on some shit. If they not doing strenuous blood testing, Rigondeaux better get on some shit too, because like I said, a lot of times where there's smoke, there's fire. And Nonito Donaire, I've never known him to be a liar. Nonito Donaire is one of the, coolest dudes in the sport. He's one of the most reputable dudes, fighters in the sport. So, I don't look at Nonito Donaire as a liar. Nonito Donaire has never had an issue like this before. So, I'm looking at it like, if I'm going to believe anybody, I'm going to believe Nonito Donaire in this situation. And why are you taking so long to submit to a drug test? So anyway, at the end of the day, like I said, this is a great fight, though. It's a great fight, but I don't know. Rigondeaux might be in trouble if he don't get on the same level. And if y'all know what I'm talking about, Rigondeaux might need to get on the same level. And I hope that they do have strenuous drug testing in this fight. I hope they have strenuous drug testing in this fight, because this can be a big, big win for Rigondeaux. This can be a huge win for Rigondeaux, man. If Rigondeaux beat John Casamiro, man, Rigondeaux, that's going to put his name back at the top. Rigondeaux, ain't nobody been talking about Rigondeaux for a while now. They tried to make him, they tried to vanish Rigondeaux. We all know what they done to his career, but this could be a very big win and could put his name right back on the map with all of the top competition in that weight division. So it's an exciting fight. When is that fight going down, Money? Let me look it up.
August 14th.
August the 14th. So shit, what are we at right now? So about like 3 weeks from now. We got that fight going down like 3 weeks from now. So yeah, man, what you think about that fight, man?
Hell of a fight. Like I said, I'm not going to insinuate that John Casamiro is on anything if the man didn't get caught or nothing like that. But Donaire and his wife, they felt reasons to pull out of the fight. And they say I think it was like 5 days late before he came in to I guess for the blood and urine testing. So they felt something wasn't right. And you got the right to pull out if you want to. Like Rachel said, they thought she was bluffing this and that, so she pulled out. So now bring Rigo back into the mix. You know what I mean? And respect the Rigo for stepping in. And because I thought the cord was off, I didn't even know that they even put the cord back on. So respect the Rigo for stepping in and saving the day. And it's gonna be one hell of a fight, bro. It's gonna be one hell of a fight. I look at both dudes as being clean fighters until something else happens to where they get caught. Like I said, I don't like to bring in those situations of this fighter on this and this fighter on that, because it take away from the fight and then it put in people's head that these dudes are doing something. Like I said, if you don't get caught, I can't say that you're doing shit. You feel me? But Rigo is a hell of a puncher. He's a hell of a fighter. Like we say, we don't like his new style of fighting where he went out there trying to bang it out, right? But I wanted to go back to the old Rigo where he's smart inside the ring. He's not rushing nothing, because we know if his ass get caught on his chin, it's bye-bye. It's bye-bye. But Rigo is one of the To me, he one of the most technical fighters out there, bro. Especially when he uses defense. If he don't want to get hit, this motherfucker won't get hit, bro. Like Rigo is one of them type of fighters that you can't say that about everybody, but he is one of them type of fighters. If he don't want to get hit, that motherfucker will not get hit. So when we're looking at the situation with him and John Casimero, who is a kung fu fighter, who is an all-out action type fighter, he bring the pressure. He bring the pressure. To me, I'm gonna say it's a 50-50, bro. Because I've seen Rigo knock out bigger guys. I've seen this power that he got. A lot of people just look at him like he can't punch. Rigo can punch, bro. He can punch. He just can't get caught up in banging it out with that silly shit because you're not the biggest fighter inside that square circle, Rico. So you got to be smart, bro. So I feel like if he can go back to his old Rigo, make him miss, make him pay, he give himself a good shot. You know what I'm saying? But if you go in there and try to bang it out with John Casimero, bro, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He in trouble, bro, because that Casimero can punch, bro. He can punch. And he got confidence, and he like to talk a lot of trash, bro. He like to talk a lot of trash. So it's a hell of a fight, Keith. One that we will enjoy, bro. It will be entertaining for however long it lasts. You know what I mean? And, man, like I said, I got it as a 50-50, bro. I can't call it like if you give me money to put on one of the two, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. But I lean towards Casimero just a little. But like I said, if Rigo's on this hit and not get hit shit, it's gonna be tough for that boy on that day, man. But it's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. Go either way. And Gary Antonio Russell on the undercard.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he on the undercard. He fight the guy that the monster knocked out, bro. The Puerto Rican that was a champion. Damn. Rodriguez. Rodriguez. I can't get his first name, but that's a good step up fight for him, bro. That's a good step up. Well, I ain't gonna say step up. That's a good fight for him. That's a good fight for after being Carlos Payana. Then you go in there with Rodriguez, bro. That's a hell of a fight for him. So let's see what he do against Rodriguez. But that's I was telling Bet that like that's a name and that'll help him going towards the right direction.
So John Casimero, he is man. I just think that his youth that he has, and his punching power, he's gonna beat Rigondeaux because Rigondeaux, I know you saying you want Rigondeaux to go back to the old Rigondeaux, the Rigondeaux that moves and all of that, but he don't fight like that no more. Rigondeaux he's only had 3 fights since 2017 when he got stopped by Vasyl Lomachenko. He only had 3 fights. He didn't fight in 2018 at all. He came back and he had 2 fights in 2019 against, opponents that's one with 16 wins and 8 losses. So that was basically a throwaway tune-up opponent. Then he fight Julio Ceja. I saw that fight live. And that was an opponent that was fairly unknown, right? Then he fought another dude, Solis. He fought Solis in 2020. He only had 1 fight in all of 2020, and that was the beginning of 2020. He fought in February 8th. That's actually my dad's birthday, February the 8th of 2020, and he fought, and he had a close split decision win. So Rigondeaux is old. They say he's 40. He's probably 52. And, I like Rigondeaux, but to me, he doesn't fight the same way. He don't move like he used to. So he stands and bang with you. And they say the first thing that goes when you get older is your legs and your reflexes. So it's not like he just chooses not to fight like he used to. He can't fight like he used to for a duration of 12 or 10 rounds. He just can't do it. He's older now. His legs, he don't have the same legs that he did when he was younger. And like I said, they say he's 40. But if you look at Rigondeaux in the face, he looked more close to 50. So we don't know how old he is, but we only can take him for what they say he is, and they say he's 40 years old. But to me, this is a very dangerous fight for Rigondeaux. And I see John Casimero, I see him stopping Rigondeaux.
Kwame, that super chat, bro.
Let me see. Hold on. I didn't even see it. Where is it at? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see it. What's good with it? Kwame East off in the building. Lord to the game. Boxing talk. He said, love and support to my brothers. Man, I appreciate you coming through here, man. Always showing support, man. always showing love and support to the channel. And make sure that y'all go sub to Lord to the Game Boxing Talk. You see it on your screen. Go to YouTube, sub to Lord to the Game Boxing Talk, and also go to the Facebook. He got the best Facebook group out here. If you don't know about it, now you know about it because I'm telling you about it. It's Lord to the Game Boxing Talk. Is it in sports? Lord to the Game Boxing Talk 2.
Let me say this, Key. Levi Anthony, I ain't hyping up no fighters. I don't care what you say or nobody else say. Rigo is still a bad motherfucker in the square circle. August 14th, he gonna show it. If he sit there, if he fight like he used to, which I still think he can, he gonna get that man problems. If he go in there and try to bang it out, he put himself in a dangerous position. You feel me? And
Right.
for him, and for Keith saying his daddy birthday, he can say whatever the fuck he want to say. It's his daddy birthday. It don't matter if you don't care at all.
I didn't even see what he said. What did he say?
Nigga told us his dad's birthday like we care. Don't matter if you care.
Well, nigga, get the fuck up out of here then, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody tell you to come in this bitch.
Moan at
And
me.
you ain't welcome. So somebody get his faggot ass up out of here. Whoever got a wrench in here, get his bitch ass up out of here. Now, and he can watch from the background. Now, let me see. But yeah, man, I don't see Rigondeaux I don't see him as the same fighter, you know. But it's still gonna be a good fight. They gonna bang because Rigondeaux got that style now to where he gonna stand and he gonna bang with your ass. You feel me? And that's just what it's gonna be. They gonna bang and somebody gonna have to go because they both like to bang. World Combat Sports, what's happening with it? Make sure that y'all go sub to World Combat Sports off in the building.
Scotty, what's going down, my brother? How you feeling, champ? How you feeling?
Yeah.
Keto, what's going down? Keto?
I see his ass. What type of motherfucker wear goddamn COVID-19? What type of nigga wear a mask to take a picture and shit? This nigga taking a picture with a mask on like he out in public with 100,000 people. Nigga, what type of motherfucker put a mask on in his own home to take a picture for YouTube? Come on, man.
Keto
Make
talking about
this shit
Tank.
make sense to me.
Keto talking about Tank versus Wilder next May. I got Tank, Keto.
Hey, well, for Keto's crazy as hell. What's good with it, Keto? Make sure that y'all go sub to my cousin Keto Abashi. Make sure that y'all go sub to his channel. Man, he be doing them reactions on there. Keto is a fool. If y'all want to laugh, go sub to his channel. Go show him some love.
Keto say Lamborghini about my weenie. Oh no. Did he say what I thought he said? Lamborghini about my weenie.
Hey, man, Keto a fool, man. Always been that way. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What's happening with it? What's good with it, man? Knockout. And make sure that y'all go sub to Knockout Boxing 86 TV off in the building, off in that thing. We gonna be on Knockout 86 TV. We gonna be collabing with him over on his channel later on tonight, right? We gonna be, and that is at 7 p.m. Central Time. 7:30 Central Time. 7:30 Central Time. See, I was gonna be early for the first time, and Money Brown just ruined it. Hey, it's gonna be at 7:30 Central Time, and we're gonna be cooking over there. Kate Man 785, what's happening? Diverse consciousness, what's happening with it? Man, Dwayne Mack, what's happening with it? Let me see who else. C Wood, what's good with it? Miami Kid J, what's happening with it? Yes, sir. So, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, the first thing, and Leon Robinson, salute. And I think I missed my dude earlier. Calvin Johnson, salute to you. Salute. Now, so I've been hearing a lot of news that Mikey Garcia called out Gervonta Tank Davis, right? I'm like, damn. You know, let me go do my research. Todd Swindle, I see you in the building from that ATL. I said, man, let me go do my research because I'm like, that's a hell of a fight. You feel me? I want to see what Mikey Garcia had to say about Tank Davis. That is a hell of a fight, especially if Mikey Garcia could make 135 pounds to fight Tank Davis, or they could do a catch weight, or they could do at 140. Said, man, that's a great fight. You dig? That's a great fight. So I go and I want to hear what Mikey Garcia says. And I'm listening and I'm listening and I'm listening because I'm waiting for Mikey Garcia to really call out Tank Davis. But that ain't what happened. Mikey Garcia, he didn't call out Tank Davis. He was talking about, basically about what his next moves were and, just having general conversation. And the lady that was interviewing him then asked him, what about Tank Davis? We think that'll be a good fight or whatever. And he was like, yeah, Tank Davis is a great fighter, that would be a good fight. He said it would be a good fight. He never called out Tank Davis. So, I mean, and yeah, it would be a good fight. I think it would be a good fight. Is that a fight that I see happening anytime soon? No. Is that a fight that could happen anytime soon? Definitely. I think it should. It's a fight that Tank Davis and his team should look at because it's a huge fight. Now, he didn't call out Tank Davis. It's a difference from somebody calling you out and then a reporter asking you, like, what do you think about this fight? Is this a fight that you would look at? And them saying, well, yeah, I think it'll be a good fight too. So I think it's a fight that, should be talked about, especially at 140, even though that Tank Davis and his people said that they're not looking to fighting at 140 no time soon unless it's the right fight, right? They said unless it's the right fight. Well, Mikey Garcia is the right fight for Gervonta Tank Davis. They both the same size. They both got power. They both pose a big threat to each other. I like that fight. And they both got a big fan base. That would be a hell of a fight if that happened. They have a huge fan base, both of them. That fight would do big pay-per-view numbers. And what is Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather always talking about? They always talking about numbers and fans and casual fans. And Tank Davis is a star. Well, if you want to put Tank Davis, make him a much bigger star than he already is, put him in there with Mikey Garcia, somebody that already has a huge fan base. And now see how those pay-per-view numbers skyrocket. That'll be a great fight. And that's a fight that you shouldn't have no problem making. Mikey Garcia, he does business with Al Heyman. Mikey Garcia is a free agent, and he's free to do business with whoever and whomever he want to do business with. However, whenever, whatever he want to do. That's how he moves. That's a great fight, even though I do want to see Mikey Garcia and Regis Prograis because Regis Prograis deserve a big fight like that. But since people were talking about Mikey Garcia was calling out Tank Davis, which he wasn't. But since, the subject was brought up, yeah, that's a hell of a fight. I would like to see that fight. And Mikey Garcia, he gave praise to Tank Davis on several different occasions. In that video, he actually praised Tank Davis and gave Tank Davis all the props in the world. So that's a hell of a fight, man. That's a great fight. What you think about that, man? The whole situation.
Yeah, hell of a fight, man. That's the video on that situation. Mikey Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. So if they can make it happen, it'll be one that, put Tank on a different plateau if he can be victorious. Like I said, if he can beat Mikey, that'd be his second full division world champion. Mikey holds weight. Mikey got a nice fan base. He got a nice fan base. You bring together, it'll sell on pay-per-view. Make all the sense in the world. We know Mikey in talks with a Regis Prograis fight. So we'll see what goes down with that. We know it ain't something that's going to happen next, but, all them guys, Mikey, Josh Taylor, and Regis Prograis at 140, a big good fight for Gervonta Davis. So if he go campaign at 140, those are names you got to look at. Those are names that people want to see him fight, the best of the best. And Tank he is ready for all them dudes. He's ready to fight all them dudes. So it's time for them to put him in a ring with those type of dudes. And like I said, if you go out there and be victorious, it just shows another dimension to his game and put him on a whole different plateau. And Keto, it's a possibility that he can fight Ryan Garcia.
See, Keto
Lopez.
is a very casual boxing fan. So the casuals, like Money said, the casual fans like Keto, they want to see Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis because, yeah. I'm sorry, Keto. I had to. You're a casual. You know.
I mean, not just a casual.
Hey,
I want to see Javante.
Keto thought. Keto thought that Terrence Crawford had fought Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, goddamn everybody. Sean Porter. I said, man, bro, you a casual fan to the fullest. But man, to look to Keto. But go ahead, Money. My bad.
But Ryan Garcia and Javante Davis, they play towards the casual. So that's why I say that fight is one of the biggest fights Tank can have right now is Ryan Garcia. Because Ryan Garcia got a lot of casual fans that's following him. Tank got a lot of casual fans that's following him. They don't even follow him because of the boxing. They follow him because of all other type of shit. But that's what both of them bring to the table over the other cats. So, if he can get the Mikey Garcia fight, like I say, that'd be a hell of a fight. It'll give him respect, from a lot of people. It ain't gonna happen no time soon, like you said, Key. We all know that for a fact. But Tank got to want it himself, and Mikey, he's looking for a big time fight, man. And a fight like Tank, who bring a lot of money to the table, very exciting, a winnable fight for him. Mikey can step into the ring with him. Not just saying Mikey won't step into the ring with a lot of people, but Tank right now from 140 down is arguably the hottest fight in the game right now. So, I feel like him and Mikey would be a hell of a fight. A dangerous fight for Tank, right? Just like Regis and Taylor, dangerous for him. But it's a winnable fight for Tank as well. You feel me? You just got to be smart, be on this shit, and go in there and have a fucking great fucking game plan, though. So him and Mikey won't happen no time soon, but damn sure it's a great fight. Like Mikey says, it's a great fight.
Yeah. And Mikey, man, he don't give nothing but praise to Gervonta Tank Davis. He don't say nothing bad about him. He been praising him for a while now. So yeah, it's a great fight, but the fight that I want to see for Mikey Garcia, because I know it's realistic right now, is Regis Prograis. That's a great fight. Like Regis Prograis and Mikey Garcia is gonna be, man. If they get this fight done and make it happen, them dudes gonna go in there and throw down. That's a fight of the year candidate easily, because they gonna fight. Who you see winning that fight between Regis and Mikey Garcia?
I edge Mikey Garcia, but it's damn sure a fight that Regis can win. That's a 50-50. Mikey got the timing. I think Mikey got more experience. Regis got the speed. It's just that shit. It's a solid fight overall, bro. Overall, but I have to edge Mikey Garcia in that fight. I think Mikey experience and his timing, can and I think Mikey got better defense. I think he got better defense. But if Regis can get on his ass early and force his ass to fight and maybe put his ass down in the round, he can put himself in position to win. Because Regis, we know he got that dog mentality in him that when shit get going, he'll go out there and bang it out with your motherfucking ass. He'll bang it out with King Kong if he got to. I just think Mikey a little bit more smarter. And that's the same reason why I edge Josh Taylor out, because I think when it's time to make the adjustments, I feel like they can make the adjustments better than Regis Prograis. And I do feel like Mikey can make the better adjustments over Regis Prograis when the shit hit the fan and the time get tough. So a hell of a fight, but I edge Mikey in that fight.
Right. Oh man. And yeah, y'all, if y'all haven't hit the like button yet, do me a favor. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the like button. And like my cousin Keto say, he said, hit the like button, share the streams, and yeah. Hey, yeah, smash on the like button. That's it. It don't cost you nothing, But man, that's a hard fight for me because I rock with Mikey Garcia heavy. I rock with Regis Prograis heavy. And I don't just rock with them. They hell of a fighters, both of them. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I would have to edge a fighter just because of the experience, I have to edge Mikey Garcia. But it's a hard fight. To me, that's a 50-50 fight, Money. It's a 50-50 fight, man. 817 Boxing Beat, what's happening with it? That's a 50-50 fight, dog. I don't know, man. I see it being a rough fight. Regis Prograis, he's gonna have to, because if you look at the fight, you break it down. One thing that really sticks out to me is Mikey Garcia's defense is a lot better than Regis Prograis. Mikey Garcia got that high guard. He don't take a lot of punishment besides that Errol Spence fight. Other than that, Mikey Garcia, he has an underrated defense. To me, Mikey Garcia has a underrated defense. People don't really talk about his defense, but Mikey Garcia got real good defense. You never really seen Mikey Garcia hurt besides way back early in his career, maybe, and then, the Errol Spence fight. But he can't really even say he was hurt like that in the Errol Spence fight because he was taking a lot of punishment, but he was never he was never looked like he was finna go down. He never looked like he was stunned out on his feet. So Mikey Garcia is very tough. He got good defense, and he don't take a lot of punishment. Now, we've seen Regis Prograis in that Josh Taylor fight. Regis Prograis, he took a lot of punishment in that fight. Took a lot of punishment. You saw holes in Regis Prograis' defense. You see, so I would favor Mikey Garcia, but I'm rooting for Regis Prograis, and it's a great fight. But Mikey Garcia is inactive, like my man C would say. He brought up a good point. Mikey Garcia is very inactive, right? And then it's going to matter what weight do they make this fight with Regis Prograis and Mikey Garcia. Do they make it at 140 or do they make it at 147? Because if they make it at 140, you got to favor Regis Prograis a little bit. Mikey Garcia, we seen Mikey Garcia walking around looking like he was 190 pounds. We seen Mikey Garcia last time he fought his last couple fights at 147. Mikey Garcia hasn't weighed 140 in a long time. Mikey Garcia, he hasn't fought in a long time. When was the last time Mikey Garcia fought? I know it was over a year and a half ago. He's very inactive. So is Mikey Garcia even the same fighter that we saw years ago when he was dominating when he was dominating Adrian Brunner and Robert Easter and Sergey Lipinets and all them dudes? I don't think Mikey Garcia is the same fighter. Ever since after he fought Errol Spence, I don't think he's the same fighter that he used to be. So this can be a very, very big win for Regis Prograis. And a lot of people that don't know too much about Regis Prograis, it could be a big upset to them. Mikey Garcia ain't fought since the beginning of 2020. We already in damn shit. I mean, by the time Mikey Garcia fights, say he fights in September, it's almost going to be, close, pushing 2 years since that man had been in the ring. And Regis Prograis, he's been more active than Mikey Garcia. So that's going to be a big factor, man. That's going to be a very big factor in the fight because Mikey Garcia hasn't fought since February of 2020 when he fought Jesse Vargas. And to me, that was a tough fight. That was a very tough fight. And he didn't look like the same Mikey Garcia when he fought Jesse Vargas to me. He looked like he had lost a step. So to me, it's damn near impossible for Mikey Garcia to be the same Mikey Garcia when he was hungry, going through all those opponents like Adrian Brunner and Robert Easter and Sergey Lipinets. That Mikey Garcia was on a whole different level. Now, that's why when I thought about it, I picked Mikey Garcia because I'm thinking about that Mikey Garcia. Now, if it was that Mikey Garcia, yeah, I had to pick him over Regis. A slight favorite. But the Mikey Garcia that we're going to get, I don't know what Mikey Garcia we going to get. So don't be surprised if this fight happened, Regis Prograis pull off that victory. Yeah, it's a great fight. I think they need to make it happen. And like I said, Regis Rougarou, he deserved it, man. He deserved it. He been putting in work for a long time, and he deserved a big fight like Mikey Garcia. When he fought in that tournament versus Josh Taylor, it wasn't as big as it should have been. That tournament at 140, it didn't get the recognition that it should have gotten because they was fighting over in goddamn Berlin and Germany and stuff. So it didn't get the recognition. Now it's time. It's time for Regis to get the shine that he deserved. So, man, you got anything else on that money?
No, I just think it'll be a hell of a fight, though. I think Mikey can be the same. Mikey, like when he took that layoff from Bob Arum, he came back. He went right back to work against Salaki and whoever that was. He knocked out at 135 for the title. So, I look at Mikey, man, as being a professional. He got the weight back down. He back in training. He look hungry again. He want a big time fight. So, I think if he's stepping over Reed, I think he can still be the same Mikey Garcia. It might be a little rusty early on, but his style ain't the style that really come forward and try to push the issue like that. So I think Mikey more professional enough, man, to get in there and be ready for a big time fight. So if he get Regis Prograis, he ain't gonna have no choice but to get his ass down and be ready. But I still look at Mikey as still a top dog, a bad boy. Like I know after the Earl fight, a lot of people think he ain't the same fighter, things of that nature. But like I say, man, every time Jesse Vargas ain't no pushover. He ain't no pushover. Now Mikey might went into that fight wanting to get a little bit something off his chest because of the Earl loss. So it forced him to fight a little bit. He sat down and did a little bit more. But remember, he dropped Jesse Vargas' ass in that fight. You know what I mean? So I look at Mikey as still being, one of them top dogs, especially I think he did fight Jesse at 140. No, he fought Jesse at 147. So if he come down to 140, I think he'll, still be the same Mikey Garcia. I think he'll be stronger. You know what I mean? But Regis is gonna bring it to his ass. Like Regis ain't gonna sit back. Regis gonna try to hurt his motherfucking ass. So you got to be smart in that square circle. But like I said, I still think Mikey is more smart enough to get in there, and the edge reaches out. But if Regis bring that fucking energy, man, that dog energy, and try to stand Mikey's chest and force his ass to fight, he give himself a damn good chance. But he still got to watch out for Mikey's sneaky ass power because Mikey can still crack. So I just look like overall it'll still be an entertaining fight, and I think Mikey will be competing at a high level. It'll just be how many rounds to take his ass to, to become, the Mikey Garcia that we're accustomed to. But I like the fight, man. We'll see if they can make it happen. Great fight for both, and like you said, it could turn out to be in a hunt for fight of the year.
Right, right. BB say Mikey is done. My man C Wood says I think we'll be disappointed with this version of Mikey that shows up. Juan Ramos he say Regis whoops Mikey. Yeah, a lot of people don't think that Mikey gonna be the same, man. A lot of people don't think that Mikey's gonna be the same, but we'll see. You gotta see, I just don't think he's gonna be the same because I don't think that he has the same hunger. He didn't got a lot of money. I don't think Mikey Garcia got the same hunger that he did, when he was running the gauntlet through everybody, when he was running through all them opponents, because you gotta think he had set on the shelf, had to from the outside looking in, he couldn't fight for over 2 years. And when he came back, he was hungry. That made him, he gained a new love for boxing that he didn't have. And he said it. Now, he ain't hungry like that. You could tell because how he blowed up in weight. You could tell, but we'll see. The only way that we'll really see who is right, who is wrong, who know what they talking about is for them to get in the ring, and then we'll see. But Mikey Garcia, he been waiting for a fight for a long time. It's not all his fault that we haven't seen him in the ring this long, because he's waiting around for so long on the Manny Pacquiao, damn over a year. That Manny Pacquiao stuff was supposed to happen in 2020. Then we had the pandemic and all that. It was supposed to happen earlier this year. Then, we know what happened, that it didn't go through. So he was waiting around for Manny Pacquiao for a long time. But all in all, let's hope we get this fight, man. Let's hope we get this fight. Now, let's get to cooking, man. Jermall Charlo, man. Jermall Charlo, man. Jermall Charlo. So I'm searching, going through, YouTube, watching my videos and stuff. And I see an interview with Jermall Charlo's trainer, Ronnie Shields. And, Ronnie Shields get to chopping it up and, talking about what Jermall Charlo wants to do next and, what they looking for. And he gets to talking about that, well, they asked him about Demetrius Andrade. First, they asked him about David. I don't know who they asked him about first, but first, I'm going to talk about Demetrius Andrade. They asked him about Demetrius Andrade, and he says that Jermall Charlo says that he'll never fight Demetrius Andrade, right? Never. And so my man Marcos, what's his name from Fight Hub? Marcos from Fight Hub, right? He's telling Jermall, like, man, ain't that a great fight though? Demetrius Andrade has a title. The fans want to see it. Ain't that? And the dude is like, no. Jermall will never fight Demetrius Andrade. It goes back to how Demetrius Andrade did. He was supposed to fight Jermall Charlo back in the day. And like, I'm sick of hearing that shit. Stop making that excuse talking about, oh, it's and he did bad. He pulled out the fight. Yeah, we know that. He had a problem with Rock Nation. Rock Nation wasn't paying him what he wanted to get paid, and he pulled out the fight. This shit happened way back in what was this, 2014, 2015? This happened years and years ago. Stop using that as an excuse because he pulled out in a fight with your brother. We know he suffered from that. He ain't had a big fight since then. He lost that. He lost the opportunity, right? And it is what it is. You went on, both of y'all went on to have bigger fights than Demetrius Andrade. If you say that you want all of the belts, how are you going to have all of the titles in big fights without fighting Demetrius Andrade? I mean, I understand using that as an excuse for back then, yeah. But to continue to use that as an excuse to why you won't fight Demetrius Andrade, because it's like, oh, we don't like how he do business. He did business and fucked up, so we don't trust him. He might do it again. No, that was a whole different situation. You know the situation that Demetrius Andrade is in now. You know that he's with DAZN. You know that he has a promoter that he's been with for a while now, for some years. And you know how they do business. So don't try to make it like, oh, we don't know if he's going to do the same thing and pull out of the fight again. No, that is an excuse. You can have a clause in the contract to where if he did something like that, he's going to have to pay a hefty fine. If you're trying to use that like, oh, well, he don't do good business, we're afraid he might do the same thing. That's an excuse. To me, that's a duck. If you sitting there acting like, no, we'll never fight him, we're not going to fight him, and he in the same division as y'all, he got a belt just like y'all do, and damn, that's a unification bout. Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo is a unification bout. So you bringing up old shit excuses that happened between him and your brother to say that, oh, and then he had the nerve enough to say that, we're never going to give him a payday. Jermall says he never going to give him a payday. The fuck do you mean? You need a payday. It ain't like that you just at the fucking top and you getting all the big pay-per-view buys and you getting all the money. And he the only one that you need a payday too. That's not just a big fight for him. That's a big fight for you too. So cut the bullshit out. And then, right, so I'm listening. So I'm like, okay, if you feel that way about Demetrius Andrade, you got David Benavidez out there, right? Everybody been talking about you and David Benavidez. David Benavidez also said that he'll go make a catch weight, or he'll go all the way down to 160 if he can to fight you. Cali Raider, get that shit up out of here. Get him up out of here. We ain't doing that today, right? So, talking about black fighters making excuses. No, don't try to single all fighters because one fighter is making excuses. Get that shit up out of here, right? So I don't play that shit on here. I don't know what you think this is, but we ain't playing that shit over here, right? So anyway, like I said, so I'm like, okay, well, David Benavidez, the black fighters is on top of the game. So get that shit up out of here. You know, Jermall Charlo don't fucking stand for all black fighters. They ain't got nothing to do with fucking if he black or purple. Jermall Charlo is Jermall Charlo, period. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, well, David Benavidez, okay, well, maybe he got David Benavidez on his mind. So they get to asking him about David Benavidez, right? So what about David Benavidez? David Benavidez, this and that. That's a great fight. That's a fight that fans want to see. Fans want to see Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez. Ronnie Shields says, what does David Benavidez have to offer us? What? He don't got nothing. Why would we fight David Benavidez? Well, he don't have nothing. David Benavidez don't have nothing to offer us. And I said, damn, you just fought Juan Montiel. He didn't have shit to offer you. Before that, you fought fucking goddamn, what's his name? The dude from Ireland or whatever. What was his name? John Ryder. He ain't have shit to offer you. And shout out to my man Brandon, what's his name? Man, let me pull up his resume, man. Because I don't want to mess up none of these dudes' names off rip while I'm calling out these names. Jermall Charlo. Let me see. Let's look at his resume. Since he's talking about who ain't got nothing to offer, and right? So you fought Brandon Adams, and salute to Brandon Adams, hell of a fighter, but he's not a 160-pound fighter. He moved up to fight Jermall Charlo. What did Brandon Adams have to offer? A name? No. A title? No. I like Brandon Adams. Don't get me wrong. Brandon Adams is a hell of a fighter. Love Brandon Adams. Inside and out the ring. But, you know, we know what it is. Then he fights Dennis Hogan. What the fuck did Dennis Hogan have to offer Jermall Charlo? He fought Sergey Derevyanchenko. What? Derevyanchenko didn't have no title. Derevyanchenko don't have a name as big as Benavidez. David Benavidez has a bigger name, a much bigger following than Sergey Derevyanchenko. And he's a former champion. Sergey Derevyanchenko ain't never been a champion. So what does Sergey Derevyanchenko have to offer that David Benavidez don't have to offer? Come on now. Talk to me. Make this shit make sense, please. So you saying that Benavidez don't have nothing to offer. Why would you guys go fight Benavidez when you got Canelo Alvarez next? If y'all hit my like button, that's all I ask. Everybody in the building, stop right now. Stop doing what you're doing and smash on the like button, because it don't cost you nothing to smash the like button. Don't cost nothing. All you got to do is hit that button. Hit the thumbs up. Smash it. So let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. So I'm like, damn, ain't nobody that you fought, according to you, had nothing to offer. So how are you saying that David Benavidez is a fighter that has nothing to offer y'all? David Benavidez is a huge fight. Imagine Jermall Charlo, whatever weight it is, beating David Benavidez and then going into a Canelo Alvarez fight. Because this is what Ronnie Shields says. He says, why would we fight David Benavidez, right? he has nothing to offer us when Canelo Alvarez is next for us. He says Canelo Alvarez says that he gonna fight us next. That's next for us. So why would we fight David Benavidez if we got a Canelo Alvarez fight next? Well, we know that Canelo Alvarez is fighting. We know that Canelo Alvarez got a fight coming up with Caleb Plant. If Canelo Alvarez gets past Caleb Plant, right, he has mentioned your name, but are you meaning to tell me that you not see what that sounded like to me, right? If you're saying why would we fight David Benavidez if we got Canelo Alvarez? So that means to me that you're not really confident that you can beat David Benavidez, because if you was confident, you would be confident that it say, look, that's a big payday, right? We'll go beat David Benavidez. It's going to skyrocket our name much higher than it already is. We're going to get the Mexican fan base rolling with us because we just beat David Benavidez. And now going into a Canelo Alvarez fight, now that's a mega fight. That's going to get us a huge payday. Do you know what it would do for Jermall Charlo if he went into a Canelo Alvarez fight after beating David Benavidez? A lot of people think that David Benavidez is the only fighter that can beat Canelo Alvarez at 168. A lot of people think that. I don't, but a lot of people think that. So do you know how big it would be for Jermall Charlo to go into a pay-per-view fight with David Benavidez on pay-per-view and then go right into a fight with Canelo Alvarez? But your last fights on your resume was Juan Montiel, Dennis Hogan, and Brandon Adams. That's your last 3 fights. And Sergey Derevyanchenko, and you telling me that David Benavidez don't bring nothing for you? Doesn't do nothing for you? Something ain't sounding right to me. And before I give it to money, right? You talking about Canelo Alvarez. The last 4 times that I heard Jermall Charlo speak on Canelo Alvarez, he said that if Canelo Alvarez wants to smoke with him, Canelo Alvarez knows where to find him at. Canelo Alvarez has to come down to 160 and fight him. So I want to ask Jermall Charlo, and I want to ask Ronnie Shields, you talking about Canelo's next because Canelo said y'all name. So do y'all think that Canelo Alvarez is going to come down to 160, right? And submit to your demands for a fight with y'all? So that's what you're telling me, that you think that Canelo Alvarez is going to come down to, because Jermall Charlo on several occasions says that he's not going up to 168 to fight Canelo. He says if Canelo want to fight him, Canelo got to go to 160. So do y'all, in your mind, do you think that Canelo Alvarez, with everything that Canelo Alvarez can do, if Canelo Alvarez beats Caleb Plant, which will be a hell of a win on his resume, you think he going to submit to your demands and go down to 160 to fight you? So with that being said, what are y'all doing? You demanding Canelo to go to 160. You saying that you absolutely will not fight Demetrius Andrade for the title, a unification bout at all. 2 titles on the line. Now you're saying that you won't fight David Benavidez at no weight because he don't offer y'all nothing. He don't bring nothing to the table. What are we doing here? I don't understand. What are we doing? Maybe Money Brown, he might be able to explain it, to y'all better than I can, because I'm lost. And y'all hit my like button. Please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure that you sub to my channel, hit the sub button and hit the like button. And also make sure that you sub to Money Brown TV, the big stepper. And yeah, man, Money, go ahead, man. Maybe you can explain this to me. You know,
Shit, I ain't got shit to explain. It's just what you say. I don't know what Jermall doing, man. This dude ain't fight nobody. Go put his ass in the same category as Terrence Crawford. Gotta start getting on his ass too. That nobody want to get on his ass. They seem like they only want to see him fight Canelo Alvarez, and they just think because he don't fight Canelo, he supposed to get a pass. You know what I mean? Just like we be on motherfucker Terrence Crawford as he act like he supposed to just fight Errol Spence. So they think he supposed to get a pass. And everybody already states talking about this, that, and the third when you got fights that sitting there for his ass. So I mean that's why Jermall Charlo getting all the credit. He getting all the praise, he deserve all the praise. So if you think he's gonna be able to sit his ass up there and not fight nobody and talking about, oh, you see it's like Montiel and talking about Oscar De La Hoya is like Montiel and all that shit. Then we're gonna start getting on his ass like get on Terrence Crawford ass and showing his ass that he gotta get in that ring with all these killers too, especially when they calling your ass out. So at the end of the day, man, I ain't really got too much to say on Jermall ass until he get his ass in with somebody too. You send that 160, Andrade trying to fight you, David Benavidez trying to fight you, and you turn them down. So if you don't fight them, who the fuck you gonna fight? Triple G ain't fighting you. You ain't getting a Danny Jacobs fight. So who you gonna fight? You know what I'm saying? So it ain't too much to say on motherfucking Jermall ass, bro. But I got a video coming for his ass too. He gonna start getting that Terrence Crawford treatment just like everybody else, bro. Cause he ain't gonna be able to sit around as a whole champion with the WBC strap and not fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not fight nobody. Then you got the nerves to keep talking about Andrade. He's a horrible fighter. Then Rodney Shields talking about David Benavidez don't bring nothing to the table. So like you said, man, the last three fighters you fought ain't bring shit to the table. Period. So, his ass, he got to get his feet held to the fire too, bro. So, everybody want to keep talking about Canelo this, and this, that, and the third. He got to get his ass in there with somebody, bro. Got to get his ass in there with somebody.
yeah, man, it's crazy to me, man. It's crazy to me. It's like, man, what is you doing with your career? Like, what are you doing with your career? Because you need to fight somebody. Everybody knows that you need to fight somebody. The only thing that's really saving you, if you look at his resume, the only thing that's really saving Jermall Charlo, why people really, really ain't getting on him and really breaking his resume down like we should be, is because a lot of people get him and his brother confused. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can see saving Jermall Charlo, because he needs to fight somebody like yesterday. You see what I'm saying? He need to fight somebody. Bro, if you go down Jermall Charlo resume at 160 pounds, right, hold on. He been at the division since, he been at 160 pounds since July of 2017. 5 years. People don't realize that. Jermall Charlo been in the 160-pound division. He been a middleweight for 5 years. Bruh. Let me say that again. He's been a middleweight for 5 years. And I'm going to read his resume off. Jorge Sebastian Highland. Hugo Centeno Jr. Matt Korbarov, Brandon Adams, Dennis Hogan, Sergey Derevyanchenko, which is a solid fight, but and Juan Montiel. That's his resume for the past 5 years. If don't nobody see something wrong with that, Houston, we got a problem. And salute to Houston, but Houston, we got a problem. If don't nobody see nothing wrong with you, a man being in the division we talking about Tank Davis' resume, shit, we need to talk about Jermall Charlo resume at 160. That shit is pitiful. That's pitiful. 817 Boxing B, not today. Not today. We not finna do that today. Hey. And so with all of that being said, you got a resume like that, been at the weight division for 5 years, right? And you got a nerve enough to talk about what other champions you're not going to fight? You got a nerve enough to talk about who you not going to fight? What they don't do for you? Come on, man. Like, stop it. And we could talk about Triple G all day, but we all know what Triple G is. We don't talk about Triple G on this channel because we know what Triple G is. Triple G doesn't even deserve my breath. I don't even waste my breath on Triple G. He came straight out and said, all of the top fighters that we want to see him fight, he ain't fighting them. Triple G said he wasn't fighting Demetrius Andrade. Triple G said he'll never fight Jermall Charlo. So we don't need to talk about Triple G. Jermall Charlo wasting his breath talking about Triple G because he knows Triple G not going to fight him or nobody else if they name ain't Canelo Alvarez. Triple G is either, it's only two things with Triple G. He going to fight a cook in the back of Denny's, right? They going to pull out a cook in the back of Denny's or Canelo Alvarez. If it ain't that, Triple G not fighting them. So Triple G shouldn't even be the topic of conversation, right? Now, Jermall Charlo should be doing everything he can to step into a big fight with Canelo Alvarez. Because you know what? Money Brown, do you know what? If Canelo Alvarez gets past Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez says, you know what? We looked at Jermall Charlo, but you know what? Jermall Charlo ain't fought nobody. Jermall Charlo need to do something before he step in the ring with me because we want to make this fight bigger. We don't think Jermall Charlo will sell on pay-per-view because Jermall Charlo ain't did nothing. Jermall Charlo, you know what? He don't deserve a fight with me yet. I want to see Jermall Charlo fight somebody. No matter what people will say, he'll be in right to say that shit if he wanted to. Now, do I think that Canelo will say that? I don't think he'll say that because he would have said it already. But if he wanted to say that, all you got to do is pull up Jermall Charlo resume for the past 5 years. And all you will have to say is, well, you know what? Canelo got a point. Because if Jermall Charlo saying that Demetrius Andrade ain't fought nobody, well, you ain't fought nobody neither. In the past 5 years, you haven't fought nobody neither. And if we want to go back to your resume at 106, at 154, well, the last fighter that you fought, Julian J. Rock Williams, you knocked him out, right? You knocked him out, and so did Jason Rosario, knocked his ass out too. You see what I'm saying? So, man, you need to step it up. Like, I don't like that making all these excuses not to fight these other guys. He should be calling every time we hear Jermall Charlo name brought up. He should be calling out Daniel Jacobs. He should be calling out Demetrius Andrade. And he should be calling out David Benavidez because he put out David Benavidez's name out there. Nobody would have never been talking about you and David Benavidez if you hadn't called that man out. And then, you know what I'm saying, you called him out. You called that motherfucker out, right? You ran outside, you called him out, and then you ran back in the house and fucking shut the screen door and started talking shit through the screen door. And David Benavidez was like, hey, man, open up the screen door. And Jermall Charlo was talking shit behind the bars and shit. Well, come outside and say it to my face then. Nah, you might have COVID. Oh, nah, I ain't going to open up the screen door because you might have COVID, so I don't want you to breathe on me. You start making a whole bunch of excuses when that man start ringing your doorbell and you open the front door, but you wouldn't open the screen door. Come on, man, cut it out. Cut that bullshit out. And my man, Stormy B-Man, in the building. What's happening with it, Stormy B-Man? Make sure that y'all go sub to Stormy B-Man. Make sure that y'all go sub to his channel and go show him some support. He said Jermall Charlo ain't fight. He said Jermall Charlo ain't fight nobody good and keep on exposing. He says keep on exposing the lanes, man. And I always been a big Charlo fan, man. You can go in my pictures. You can look. I've been a big Charlo fan. Both of them. I was a fan of both of them. Now I ain't rocking with Jermall because he said some shit. Not just that. What the shit that you heard Jermall say about Wilder? That wasn't the first time he said it. Right? Said some shit like that. Right? So when I heard that shit, I said, okay, he didn't say it enough for me on several different occasions. I don't rock with him, but Jermall Charlo is a hell of a fighter, and I salute Jermall Charlo to what he's doing in the ring. So when I talk about Jermall Charlo from now on, like I've been doing, I'm going to keep it in the ring, you know? But just like I'm doing with Jermall Charlo, I was a huge Jermall Charlo fan, huge fan of Jermall Charlo, but I'm not rocking with the way that he's moving. I'm not rocking with that shit. As far as personal, outside of the ring, I don't have no problem with Jermall Charlo outside of the ring. But I am a boxing fan. And as a boxing fan, I'm not rocking with how he moving. I'm just not. I'm not. And I keep it consistent with all of the fighters. I always keep it like that. I don't have, like, in 817 Boxing Beat, like, I don't have no problem. I don't put Jermall Charlo and Jermall Charlo outside of the ring. I don't put them together. Those are two separate people. They two separate people. They got two separate brains. So I don't put what Jermall Charlo say outside of the ring. I don't put that on Jermall Charlo because that don't have nothing to do with Jermall Charlo. I like Jermall Charlo outside of the ring. I don't have no problem with Jermall Charlo outside of the ring, right? Like him. I've been around him. I done met him. Cool dude. Fuck with Jermall Charlo outside of the ring, but how he's moving inside of the ring, I'm not liking that. I don't like it at all. I don't. I really don't, man. And Money, you got anything to add in on this? Before I read the comments.
It's like you said, shit, Jermall, he been trying to build himself up to, Jermall. That's what he be talking about when he been in them interviews, trying to, I'm separating myself to where, we not the same, bro. We two different people. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, y'all be asking me questions about him that I don't know shit about, and I know y'all be asking him questions about me that he probably don't know shit about. So, we not the same people, bro. Even though they twins, they go always be connected to each other. And that's why Jermall trying to set himself apart, man, and be his own man, and I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that. But Maul, man, you gotta do better, man. You can't be sitting up here turning down all the goddamn smoke. That's all. You turn down all the smoke. You ain't saying, okay, I don't want him because I want him. Also, what about David Benavidez? Or nah, he don't bring nothing. What about this dude? Nah, he ain't talking about nothing. So it's like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now, bro. Like, you gotta fight some goddamn body. Like you like when we see you fight enough of these dudes, then it's time for you to fight a big dog, bro. You feel me? So shit, at the end of the day, bro, you can't be ducking all the goddamn smoke now. You feel me? Like, who at 160 now? If it ain't Andrade or Triple G or Murata, right? Who the fuck at 160? Who name is we really speaking at 160? We ain't even speaking nobody name at 160 that even got a buzz going to say you want to see this dude fight, motherfucking Jermall Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So right now, bro, if motherfucker gonna turn around and fight Luis Cuba. Yeah. Gay Rosario or something like that.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jermall Charlo against Gay Rosado or Luis Cuba Aries. That's right up his lane.
Scotty said, could I send y'all a cash out to put that Charlo bros on probation to that? I don't think Mel deserves probation, Scott. We can't lock Mel up for the big brother.
Yeah, we can't lock. Mel ain't did nothing wrong, bro. I mean, besides, the coonery shit he be on outside of the ring, but inside of the ring, Mel ain't did nothing wrong. So I gotta continue to give him his props for inside of the ring. A lot of people trying to shit on Mel for that fight Saturday night. I can't shit on him. But I told y'all Brian Castano was gonna give him hell. I know what Brian Castano was. So what he did do is he gave us the best fight in the best. His brother ain't coming close to it. So
what's going down, Bat?
Where Batman at? I see. What's good with it? Batman off in the building. But man, so Jermall Charlo can't be put on probation yet, but Jermall Charlo, right? Subject to his next fight, depending on who Jermall Charlo fight his next fight, he might be put on probation just like Triple G. He might be put on probation just like Triple G. Because so what you think about what I said earlier, Money? If Canelo Alvarez, right? If he gets past Caleb Plant and he has David Benavidez to choose from, he has Bivol at 175 and Bitterbeef at 175, right? And Jermall Charlo, right? And he looks and he said, you know what? You know what, Jermall, if you want to fight me, first of all, you got to come to 168 and you got to fight somebody so we can make the fight bigger, because I look at your resume, you ain't fought nobody. You know what? You ain't fought nobody. If you want to fight me, you go and fight David Benavidez or go and fight Daniel Jacobs or fight Demetrius Andrade. You ain't fought nobody if you want to fight me. I'm saying that I don't think he's going to say that, right? But if he did say that, he would be well in the right to, because you've been at the middleweight division for 5 years and you ain't fought really no competition besides Sergey Derevyanchenko. What would you say?
I mean, I wouldn't. If you go fight him, you go fight him. You know what I mean? On the simple fact of you already said you're a fighter. Now, for the stipulation, or you come up to 168 to fight this fighter, fight that fighter, then he might as well move his ass up and fight somebody anyway. But I ain't with all the stipulations. If you go fight him, you go fight him. You feel me? That's just like
well, you don't really know boxing if you asking me who Bitterbeef has fought, because the last time I checked, Bitterbeef beat Vosdick, the same man who beat Stevenson, Adonis Stevenson.
What are you talking about?
Dude, Jay Star Life says, who has Bivol and Bitterbeef fought? Please tell me. Well, I just told you. So before you type some shit like that in, you might need to go do your research.
But yeah, man, I ain't with the stipulation. If you go fight him, you go fight him. Now, you know what I mean? All the other cats, all their asses on the same level. I ain't gonna say put them on the same level, but they all right there in the same bracket trying to get the Canelo fight. You got all them boys right there, right? So it's just gonna come down to who Canelo go pick to fight next. But to me, if you go fight his ass, you go fight him, especially if you come to 168. You know, because that means I don't know if you go continue to hold on to the title or he drop this title to come up. You feel me? But he was in position to fight you already. But you know, just fight his ass, bro. Just fight him. But I don't even think Canelo will do that, kid. I think he said he'll fight him. But if you want to fight him, bring your ass to 168. Like, cause you like you say, you're not the man to me to come to no 160. If you want to fight, you bring your ass to 168 and the fight is right there for you.
Well, I don't think that he's gonna do that. I was just saying, if he said that, right, I wouldn't be mad, because all you have to do is look at Jermall Charlo resume at 160 and be like, well, damn, he got a point. Now, do I think that Canelo Alvarez will say some shit like that? No, I don't think that he would. But I was just making an example to, like, you know, if he want to say that you need to fight somebody, right? That you need to fight somebody to make the fight bigger because you ain't done nothing at 160. Hey, you can't be mad. But I don't think that Canelo gonna say that. You know, I don't think that Canelo gonna say that. And Jay Starlight, you said I named one name and that name ain't even big. Well, if you don't fucking know, if you don't know who Bozdick is, you just don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. And Bivol already beat Joe Smith Jr. He beat who else did Bivol beat? He beat Joe Smith Jr. He beat John Pascal.
He beat a few cats at 175, bro.
Huh? What'd you say?
He beat a few cats at 175.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what are you talking about? Who have they beat?
They unified champions at their division. They snapped out with Benavidez got 2 titles. And Joe Smith Jr. got a title, and my man's got a title. So
and Bivol got a title.
They world champions at the end of the day, bro. They world champions. We're not here to go down the resume and say this, that, and all that.
I
Right
just
now,
went down the resume and I just proved him wrong. He don't know shit about boxing.
so at this moment right now, bro, right at this moment right now, no matter what y'all trying to say, what y'all trying to do, Jermall got to fight one of these motherfucking killers that's trying to fight him. Period. Period, bro.
Yeah, but man, you know, but you know, if you don't know about boxing, don't you do some research before you type some shit like that. But you know, man, it's all good. Ain't no beef, man. No disrespect, but you know, hey, but anyway, man, yeah, man, I just want to see Jermall Charlo. We want to see if people are starting to, and he's fighting these other opponents like Juan Montiel and opponents that people think that he should be running through, and he having problems. So it's kind of like, bro, what you doing? Let me see, Miguel. Let me see. He says if Saunders and Colin Smith can be champions, then it must not be that hard. I mean, okay, that's what you say. That's what you think. That's what you think. Anyway, man.
Y'all gonna come and discredit every goddamn body. If that's the case, ain't nobody no goddamn champion. Ain't nobody shit. God damn. We want to put a man in there to prove himself against the fight the best of the best, and y'all want to discredit every goddamn body. Oh, this fight ain't nothing. These men got world titles at the end of the day. So yeah, it ain't that hard. So let's see you go become a world champion, and you get your ass in the ring and you become a world champion. Since it ain't that hard. Yeah, I mean, start right now. Go and get into the ring, and you go become a world champion. It ain't that hard. You feel me? Hey, bet. Go and coach their ass up. Put them on some gloves, and put them in the ring. Motherfuckers want to make it 2 rounds with a 8-35 fighter. Come on, man. Quit all the bullshit.
Right. Right. Man, that shit crazy. He said Joe Smith Jr. ain't fought nobody. So you mean to tell me Joe Smith Jr. didn't knock fucking
Noah Hopkins
all the way through the ring?
Oh, Naki, don't say that he's an old man. He was an old man.
You just don't know shit about boxing. That's all it is. It's cool. You just not on that level of your boxing knowledge is not on that level. And you exposing yourself every time you type. It's all good. You know, it is what it is. 50-0, TBE, TMT, Money Mayweather. What's happening with it? He say, hit the like button. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, hit my like button. That's all I ask of you. You know, that's all I ask of you is hit the like button and salute to my man always coming through, showing love and support in that super chat. Hit the like button. That's all we ask. You know, we got 184 people in the building. Everybody make sure that you hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. But man, Jermall Charlo, I don't care about what y'all typing in here. Only thing you need to do is be typing who Jermall Charlo need to be trying to fight next. That's it. Even Chris Eubank Jr. He ain't even calling out Chris Eubank Jr. That's a solid fight for Jermall Charlo at 160. What's going on? What's the problem? I don't understand, man. Jermall Charlo, he ran out of get out of jail free cards. He ain't got nothing left. So Jermall Charlo, his next fight, and listen to me while I'm saying this, his next fight gotta be a good, solid name that everybody know. Because if it ain't, Jermall Charlo, we gonna have to do what my man World Combat Sports said. You know what I'm saying? He got to be put on timeout. World Combat Sports off in that super chat. What's happening with it? Showing love and support. And make sure that y'all go, make sure that y'all go subscribe to World Combat Sports over there, putting in work. He says Jermall Charlo better off fighting Jermaine Taylor on short notice to build up his courage. Lions lonely. Damn. Damn, man, hey, World Combat be going in. I think World Combat said that Jermall had said some disrespectful shit about man, what's my man Night with the pillow? My man
From Chicago.
yeah, my man what's man, what's my man name?
Man.
I'm friends with him on Facebook too. What's God man, why I can't what's his name? My little dude from Chicago that be Joshua Greer. He said he disrespected Joshua Greer, you know, and that's his people. I fuck with Joshua Greer, man. I like Joshua Greer, man. He said he disrespected Joshua Greer. So, hey, ever since then, man, he been on his helmet. He been on Charlo helmet, man. But to me, it's just strictly about you've been at the division, and see, people don't realize you've been at the division that long. Most people think like, oh, he only been at, you know, at a middleweight for a couple years now, you know, he'll get to fight. No, bro, he been at middleweight for 5 years, over 5 years.
My St. Louis brother want Josh Gray. I ain't gonna lie, Stephon Young, he want Josh Gray.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They say Josh try to play the big dog status on him and shit.
I like Josh Greer though, man. Josh Greer, man, he got that charisma about him, man. I like Josh Greer.
Yeah, man. Bad boy Ed Brown, though, man. That was sad to see him get killed like that. That was the baddest motherfucker out of Chicago. That boy's gonna make some motherfucking noise, dog. Got shot in his head in that car.
Yeah, right.
Man, bad boy Ed Brown.
You said Canelo Alvarez is a disgrace to boxing. Okay, let me know this. If Canelo Alvarez retired today, right? If he retired today, right?
I ain't asking this.
What would the rest of them dudes? What would all the rest of them do? What would Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade and all them do? What big fights they gonna make then? If he is disgraced to boxing, because how he is disgraced to boxing, but you want him to fight everybody and Godzilla.
There you go.
You want him to fight fucking Batman, He-Man, Godzilla, goddamn Bam Bam Bigelow,
Hercules.
You want him to fight everybody, but he is disgraced to boxing. Make it make sense.
Baby Julius Caesar.
You know what I'm saying? You want him to fight King Kong. You want him to fight everybody. Well, Canelo ain't fighting him. Well, Canelo won't fight him. But well, why you want to see him in the ring if he is such a bomb and he is disgrace to everybody? I don't understand. You got to make it make sense to me.
Nobody else speak to the fight, though.
Come on, man. Like I said, we need to be talking about these guys that have fighters in front of them, calling them out, and they won't make the fight. Come on, man. Make this shit make sense to me, please. We need to do better. We need to do better. And like I said, hey, Smooth Groove Boxing said, Rick Steiner, you want him to fight the Steiner brothers back to back in the same night? Then you want him to fight the Road Warriors? Well, he just went in there and whipped the Road Warriors. Well, shit, he ain't fought the Demolition Man. He won't fight the Demolition Man. He ducking them. Man, it is what it is. Let's just all be fair, and we all want to fight the best. Fight the best. That's it. Whether it's Canelo, Jermall Charlo, Tank Davis, Errol Spence, whoever, the best got to fight the best. And if you have the best fighters in your face in fights that can be made, you got to step up to the plate. You got to do something. What happened to showing that you were the best? What happened to doing things to be great? Sick of these dudes picking and choosing because they try to protect their own. I'm sick of that shit, bro. Hey, my man Batman said, sweet hands, sweet hands, sweet hands. He said, Money Brown TV, stop making that. It jumped. He said, stop making plans for Canelo because he got an ass whooping coming. Man, I got sweet hands too. I got sweet hands beating Canelo. A lot of people don't like to hear that, even though I like Canelo. Canelo's a hell of a fighter. I think Canelo is the best. I think he's the pound for pound #1 right now. but I think that Sweet Hands might come in there and dethrone him. It's a 50-50 fight, man. It's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a very close fight. It could go either way to me. You know, I'm going to be honest about the fight. Canelo Alvarez is he a monster. But Caleb Plant is a different stock. He a different type of animal too. Caleb Plant not going to lay down like all these other dudes. Everybody keeps saying that Caleb Plant is going to get knocked out. It's not going to happen. I'm telling y'all.
Canelo gonna lay his ass down.
That fight is going 12 rounds. It's going 12 rounds. And if the odds is looking good to go 12 rounds, I'm putting a lot of money on that. Real shit. I'm going to put a lot of money on that because I don't see Caleb Plant getting stopped by Canelo Alvarez. Caleb Plant, to me, is tougher than Danny Jacobs. He's tougher than Callum Smith. And those two fighters right there, they went the distance with Canelo. Listen to what I'm saying. Callum Smith and Daniel Jacobs, they both went the distance with Canelo. So you mean to tell me that Caleb Plant is going to fold like that? Man, Caleb Plant got more dog in him than both of them. Than all of them dudes that Canelo Alvarez been in the ring with. Caleb Plant is on a different level. Keep on thinking. Keep on thinking that. Leon Robinson says, Keon, the only reason I haven't jumped all the way in on Caleb is his durability and stamina hasn't been tested, and nobody getting a decision against Alvarez. Well, I just named you two people that's got a decision against. Oh, you mean nobody gonna get win a decision? Well, they fighting on PBC. So, like me and Money talked about yesterday, you know, PBC doesn't gain anything by having the judges fixed because they fighting on PBC. Now, you could talk about that if they were fighting on the zone, but if everything goes through like we hearing and they get to fight on PBC, I'm not worried about the judges. I think it's going to be fair, straight down the middle. I think they're going to have fair judging and everything. I don't think that's nothing we're going to have to worry about. But once again, it's 187 people in the building. Make sure that you hit my like button and sub to the channel. If you're not a sub to the channel, hit the like button and sub to the channel if you're not a sub to the channel. Money Brown, go ahead. Money, you on mute.
Go ahead for a second, Keith. My bad. Go ahead for a second.
Okay. Let me read some of y'all comments. Mike F says he's never been tested. He says as well. He says Sweet Hands was in ducking David. How was Caleb Plant ever ducking David? You're wrong. You're 150% wrong. He was never ducking David. Sweet Hands, right? Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, they had already agreed to fight each other. All Caleb Plant had to do is win his fight. And Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant had to win his fight, and David Benavidez had to go in his fight and win. Well, David Benavidez winning his fight, and he won, but he lost his title. It was supposed to be a unification bout. He lost his title on the scales. So how is that ducking? David Benavidez didn't do what he was supposed to do on the scales. Caleb Plant never ducked David Benavidez. And before that, they were supposed to try to make a fight with each other before that. And if you go do your research, David Benavidez and his team was saying that the fight wasn't big enough yet. They were saying because Caleb Plant was calling him out back before he lost his titles on the scales, before they had both agreed to fight. And at that time, he told Caleb Plant that the fight wasn't big enough yet. They wanted to build the fight more. So don't come up in here talk about that Caleb Plant ducked David Benavidez because that never happened, right? And if you wanted Caleb Plant to turn down a fight with David Benavidez, if you wanted Caleb Plant to turn down a fight with Canelo Alvarez, to fight David Benavidez, well, that's some foolish ass shit.
Right.
Only a damn fool would do some shit like that. So miss me with that ducking shit.
Yeah,
You know,
though, man.
miss
But
me with that.
it's gonna come down to it, man. Caleb and Canelo gonna be one hell of a fight. We just needed him sign, sealed, and deliver that shit. David Benavidez, he fucked his own opportunities up. Like, and I rock with David Benavidez. Thank you for the shout out and all that shit. I rock with you too. But when you lose your bet on the scale, bro, you gotta blame yourself. You understand what I'm saying? People keep talking about, well, Canelo wasn't gonna fight him if he can't this thing. Y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all saying those things, but y'all don't know what Canelo was going to do at 168. It's not his fault that David Benavidez lost the WBC strap on the scale, and then when he went and fought Callum Smith, shit, Mauricio Sudamon and them dropped that WBC in that bitch. I mean, I don't feel like it was right, but it's what you do that fuck yourself around. You know what I'm saying? You did that to yourself. You can't say he wasn't. You don't know that, bro. You just saying that. You just saying he wasn't. It's easy to say, oh, he wasn't now, right? Or he wasn't going to fight him. He never going to fight him. You don't know if he's still going to fight him. You feel me? He said, I'll fight the man. As he said, what about Caleb Plant? I mean, David Benavidez. It's a good fight. I'll make it happen. But goddamn, you can only fight one motherfucker at a time. Now you going to fight fucking Caleb Plant. I mean, Caleb Plant, who some people think is like Keon Batman. They feel like he would have beat David Benavidez. So at the end of the day, bro, Caleb told Benavidez, you fucked up the opportunity to fight me. Don't blame me. Now I got bigger fish. I got Canelo Alvarez now. That's your fault. You feel me? And I still want to see Dave Benavidez get a fight with the big dogs because I feel like he deserved it. But at the end of the day, you young, fight yourself back in position. Dude, only 23, 24 years of age, however old he is, he's young as fuck. Right? Fight yourself back in position. You know what I'm saying? But for us with Canelo and Caleb Plant, it's gonna be one hell of a fight. It's gonna be one hell of a fight. I just want to see that thing signed, sealed, and delivered. And let's get that shit on. Let's get it on. September the 18th. Lock that shit in. Gonna be a hell of a night, right? A week after De La Hoya, so we know Canelo can fuck up what he got going on. I want Canelo to fuck up all his plans. You feel me? Nobody back De La Hoya fights. Go back Canelo Alvarez fights. So, a week after him, and it's gonna be one hell of a fight, man. It's gonna be one hell of a fight. So, Canelo's in position to call the shots. He's in position to call the shots, whether people like it or not, right? Every X amount of years, you're gonna have that one fighter that's in position to call shots. Canelo is one of them. Earl Spence calls shots in his division. So you can't get pissed off at one man and don't get pissed off at the other. Because that's what I see. A lot of people get pissed off at one man and don't get pissed off at the other, bro. But you still see these dudes that y'all pissed off at doing shit to make history and fight good fucking fights, whether y'all like them or not. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that you want to, sit up here and talk all this shit for, even over that like they don't want to fight no goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? So fuck that shit. Feet getting held to the fire around these sports, man. Feet getting held to the fire. We gonna hold their feet to the fire until they get their ass in there with the big dogs. So if motherfuckers go get on Javante Davis, get on Terrence Boyd Crawford, get on these fighters, then Jermall Charlo will get the same fucking treatment, bro. He'll get the same treatment, especially when he got the fights there. They trying to make it happen with his ass. They trying to make it happen with him. So right. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta fight some goddamn body, man. You gotta fight somebody, and that's just the fact of the matter, man. Them last two fights was good fights for Canelo.
Pablo Picasso off in there with the super chat. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming through, showing love and support. Man, let me break this down right here, right?
Let me tell you something. 1-7. The last two fights, not the last three. I don't count Abner Yildirim. We got on Canelo ass for Abner Yildirim, bro, on his ass. But y'all not gonna take Caleb Smith and Billy Joe Saunders and just throw them away like they was nothing. Oh fuck, nah, bro. The dude getting his credit for them two dudes, bro. 2 world champions. He beat both of their ass. Stop one of them, bro.
Now, let me say this, man. Albert RD, right? I'm going to break you down real quick because, right, he says, make it make sense. He says, Caleb has not fought anybody yet. He says, and you think he will win against Canelo? That's pretty much a joke. He going to get done worse than all those other guys. He says his body looking soft. First of all, right? First off, just because you say that shit, that don't mean nothing. Because you saying that he gonna get done worse than all the other guys. What the fuck does that mean? Nothing at all, right? And then you said his body looking soft. Well, I'm gonna show you that you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You just in here typing, right? So this is 8 weeks ago. We all know that Caleb Plant been training for Canelo, right? So hold on, this 8 weeks ago. This ain't even right now. Money. I know you got Canelo, but does that look like his body looking soft?
Bro, one thing we know about Caleb Plant is that nigga body never looks soft.
Yeah. So what is you talking about? How is his body looking soft?
That's one thing Caleb Plant do is stand. That boy's a gym.
What is you talking about? You just in here typing, saying some shit. If you have an opinion that he's going to get ran through and done worse than them other guys, that's your opinion. But don't come on here talking about I don't make no sense and I don't know what I'm talking about when I have an opinion. Because I said the fight is a 50-50 fight and Caleb Plant is going to give him a lot of problems. Come back in here after they make the fight and after they have the fight with the same energy. That's all I ask of you. And we'll see. A lot of people think that Caleb Plant ain't got no, don't have a chance in hell. I'm not one of them. My opinion is different from Money Brown's and a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with you thinking that. But like I said, I don't think that. I got a different opinion than most people do. Exactly. C. Wood says, drop your opinion and keep it moving. And respect. You got to respect the next man's opinion. Because what you saying, it don't mean shit. If what you were saying meant some shit, well, you would be rich right now. If every opinion that you had on every fighter and every fight, you would be rich right now. You know why? Because you would be fucking running it up at the betting line. Don't mean shit. It's your opinion, just like mine. I've been right a lot of times. I've been wrong. It's my opinion. My man, 817 Boxing Beat, what's happening with it? He says, Plant a dog. He says, I just think Canelo get favor on the decision. Well, man, I just hope it happens. But yeah, man, all of these big fights, they need to happen. And we don't need to look at Canelo as the only one that has to make big fights happen. These other guys got to fight each other also. Uppercut Boxing Nation, what's happening with it? John Page say both Canelo and Sweet Hands got stamina problems. Man, Batman, I got to disagree because
that's a fact, man.
They have in the past, right? Recently, I got to disagree because we talking about right now. Recently, we haven't seen that. Canelo Alvarez and his recent fights, we haven't seen the stamina issues come to play. Really, we haven't seen Canelo Alvarez have stamina issues since the Triple G first fight. Since the first Triple G fight is the last time you really seen Canelo have stamina issues. Now, I know what people gonna say, and I'm not finna even go there. You feel me? I'm not finna go there. You dig what I'm saying?
That popped up in my head too. That's funny.
Yeah. You know where that was gonna lead to, right? So that was the last time we really seen him have stamina issues, right? And then as far as Caleb Plant, the last time we really seen Caleb Plant have stamina issues is when he fought Jose Uzcategui, and that was some years ago. What was that? 2018. When did he fight Jose Uzcategui? In 2018?
I think it was. He became champion.
Yeah, when he became champion against Jose Uzcategui. But have we ever seen Caleb Plant have stamina issues before that? No. Did we see Caleb Plant have stamina issues after that? No. But you got to remember, when he fought Jose Uzcategui, Caleb Plant had been off. He hadn't boxed in over a year. He was coming off a long layoff because he had hand surgery. So You got to take that in accountability. You got to factor that in when you talk about stamina issues. So as of recently, have we seen both of these fighters have stamina issues? No, we haven't seen them. But I don't think that's going to be a factor in the fight myself. I really don't. But man, let's hope that we get a fight announcement within the next week. Let's hope maybe even, you know what I'm saying, within this week, man, we might get something. We might get something. And who has Caleb Plant fought? To me, Caleb Plant has only fought one reputable opponent on his resume, and that is Jose Uzcategui. When he was, right, you got to understand, when he came in and he fought Uzcategui, he was an underdog. It was a fight that people were saying that he wasn't going to win because Uzcategui at the time was the boogeyman, right? Jose at the time was the fighter that none of the 168-pound fighters wanted to fight, right? He had dominated Andre Dirrell twice. Dominated him twice. So the guy that he beat, that he won the IBF belt from, was a solid fighter. He was a solid fighter. Now, who has he fought since then? I'm not saying that he fought nobody. But like I said before, it becomes a time. It always, if you get to the top level, right? You get the chance as a champion, as an up-and-coming fighter. Everybody, right? If you get to the level, and if you're fortunate, you'll get the chance to fight that top dog, and you'll get to show who you really are. This will be Caleb Plant's chance to show who he really is. He can go in there and he can lay down and get knocked out easy, and ain't nobody gonna talk about Caleb Plant no more. I will, because I'm gonna still ride with it, right? Or he could go in there and he can, lose a tough fight. He could give Canelo hell, and it could be a tough fight on the scorecard, and he could lose the tough fight. He's going to get praise. People going to put respect on his name because he had a tough fight and almost beat Canelo. Or he can go in there and he can beat Canelo Alvarez in his name. Overnight, he'll be a mega superstar. Overnight, he will be a mega superstar. So he has a whole lot to gain and just a little bit to lose. That's what it is, man. Before we wrap it up, man, what's your word, Money?
Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love, man. As usual, like I say, it can be no us without y'all, man. So appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love. Y'all follow me on Monty Brown TV. And y'all go over to Instagram and follow me on Instagram at Monty_the writer. And I want y'all to follow my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV. We're going to be on this show tonight starting at 7:30 p.m. Central, 5:30 Pacific, and 8:30 Eastern time, man. So y'all come on over there and rock out with us. And I will be going live at 9 o'clock tonight. So y'all come through and rock out with Monty Brown as well, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Continue to support my brother Key. We'll keep on doing this for y'all, man. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.
Yes, sir. And like my man Money said, we're going to be over there cooking on Knockout Boxing 86 TV at 7:30 Central Time today. 7:30 Central Time. We're going to be over there on Knockout Boxing 86 TV. We're going to cook over there. I think the show is an hour long, so come and show some love to Knockout Boxing. We're going to get it in over there. And make sure that you sub to Money Brown TV. Easy as that. And make sure that if you're not sub to me, make sure that you sub to my channel and hit the like button before you leave the building. Whether we agree or disagree, it's all love at the end of the day, as long as you're not coming in here with no disrespectful bullshit. Everybody has an opinion at the end of the day, and we're not going to ever agree on everything. But I appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you catch us on Knockout Boxing 86 TV later on. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.